In this short presentation, we will have a look at the Virtual Language Observatory, or VLO, which is one of the services in CLARIN's core infrastructure. And in one sentence, the VLO is a catalog of language resources, tools, and services. Its purpose is to help users find, understand, and access relevant resources, tools, and services. And it does this by allowing a user to, first of all, make use of the metadata provided by CLARIN centers and some other sources to search for relevant resources, tools, and services, and to filter the search results also based on the metadata. The content is not searchable with the VLO. And second, for any of the resources, tools, and services that can be found in the VLO, it offers basic information and some path to access to the content or usage of a tool or service. So let's have a look at what the VLO looks like. You can simply go to this URL, vlo.clarin.eu, and it will show a very basic page where you can already enter a search term, for example, one that is relevant to a specific research interest. So you can enter the term and press the search button, and then you will see a number of search results that match the query that we entered. That's also shown now here on top. And to the left of the search results, we see a number of categories of information about the records in the VLO. And these can be expanded. So let's look at resource type, for example. We can click this, and this will expand. And now by zooming in, we can see a list of resource types that appear in the search results. And they're shown with a number in parentheses that represents the number of matching search result items. And by selecting one of these, we can filter the search results. So for example, we can find out what these two audio resources are within the search results by clicking that. So if we click that, we will see this result, which is now more limited and only shows those those matching records. And so let's have a look at an individual search result. For example, this one. The details can be expanded as well. So there's this plus icon, and if we click that, we can see some more information about the resource without having to leave the search results. And here we can see that also the collection, the name of the collection to which the resource belongs is shown, the country and language of the resource, and in this case also a subject is contained in the metadata. But what is shown exactly, of course, depends on the specific resource what's available. So let's look at some other search results. Here we have entered a query in the search bar and selected the resource type. And now if we look at the filters on the left-hand side, of course the values are different. And I want to show one additional filter that is there, which is the availability filter down there. And expanding that, we have the possibility to restrict the results to items, for instance, that are fully publicly accessible and reusable without specific permissions. So if we leave only public selected, then as we can see, all of the remaining search results have the public usage icon in their details. If we go into the details of one of the tools in the search results by clicking its title, then we end up at the full page for a single record. In this case, it is a tool. And this page has multiple tabs for different kinds of information. For instance, under links, all references to relevant pages, services, and downloadable files that are contained in the metadata are listed. And here on the right-hand side, importantly, we always see a large link with the icon of a home, and that takes us to the landing page of that resource. So by clicking that, we will leave the VLO and find, for instance, the repository where the resource was deposited. So yeah, in this case, shown here, if you would click this, you would end up at the repository, the user interface of a repository of one of the CLARIN centers. So finally, here are some ways in which you can try out the VLO yourself. You can go to the VLO and just type a keyword in the search bar based on what interests you. For example, named entity recognition. And then use the filters next to the search results to find out, for instance, which national consortia offer tools, resources, or services related to that keyword that was entered, and how many of those records are in the VLO. And you could use this to restrict the results to only those of one consortium, and then by just selecting it. And then, for instance, use the language filter to find out which languages are covered by that consortium. You can look at the details of a few of the records by opening the record page, and for instance, find out if a license or other rights statement is specified for those records, because that should normally appear in the record page if it is provided in the metadata. And finally, you can try to access a resource, tool, or service using the links provided on the record page. And also, it's good to understand the limitations of the VLO. So take note of any information that you may come across when using or accessing a resource or tool or service that was not represented in the VLO. Because the VLO uses metadata from many different providers, and not all metadata is properly provided or processed, and therefore it's always a good idea to check the information as it is offered by the original provider of the resource. For instance, by going to the landing page if it is listed. And that concludes this short demonstration and explanation of the VLO. I hope that you found it useful, and should you need more information or guidance when using the VLO, you can always find that in the help page that can be accessed through the top menu of the VLO itself. Thank you for watching.